Well, hello, Texas FFA, and welcome to this year's final episode of Texas FFA Dialogues. I'm your host, as always, Colt Gresham, Texas FFA State Vice President. And for this final episode, we have a very, very special treat for you guys. We have a state officer coming all the way from none other than East Texas itself, Garrison, Texas. He's the Area 9 State Vice President. He's probably one of the best state officers I've ever met, personally, and he also has probably one of the best personalities as well. So ladies, don't be fooled by his good looks. This man is none other than the famous Colt Gresham. Colt, how are you doing today, fella? Good, Colt. Excited to be here. You're looking good yourself, might I add. Great to be here on the final episode of Texas FFA Dialogues. Excited. Well, if you don't mind, Colt, could you go ahead and kind of inform the viewers a little bit about yourself? Kind of tell them a little bit about yourself. Well, as you just mentioned, my name is Colt Gresham, Texas FFA State Vice President from the Area 9 Association, and I come from the small town of Garrison up near Nacogdoches in East Texas. I just finished taking some online courses from Blinn College so I could kind of get the whole state officer experience. And then in the fall, I will be attending Texas A&M University. And Colt, I got to tell you, you're living the dream right now, man. Being an announcer for Texas FFA Dialogues, that's something I wish I could do. So you're living the dream right now. All right, so if you don't mind, can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what the state officers have been doing at this point in time? Well, here in the month of May, of course, we're starting to finish it up here, but every area, except for Area 6, obviously, has had their area conventions, so we now know your new district officers, area officers, and even the new 2011-2012 state officer team. So we are excited. We hope you guys are excited. And also, the Texas FFA state officer team just finished up a night with FFA night with the Astros in Houston. Got to experience a lot of cool stuff there. Got to hang out in the owner's suite while watching me throw the first pitch at the Houston Astros game. That was truly exciting and a blessing for myself. Also, the state officer team here at the first part of June have a lot on their plate, between script rehearsal in Austin to filmmaking in College Station to heading up to Gainesville for the 2011 State Leadership Conference for area officers. So like I said, we have a lot going on our plate right now, but we're really excited and are ready to knock it out. So I just heard you mention the State Leadership Camp for area officers. If you would, give us a couple of details about the dates on that and the location and what those guys are going to be learning from the 2010-2011 State Officer Team. Well, this year the State Leadership Conference will be held at Gainesville, Texas at the Lone Oak Ranch and Retreat Camp. So we are excited about that. Heard it's going to be really cool. Those dates will be on June 4th through June 7th. We'll come on a Saturday and leave on a Tuesday. And Colt, the real reason for this State Leadership Camp is so that we can train these area officers. The state officers and the incoming state officers can train area officers into so that they can take these leadership skills that they've learned, take them to their camps, and give and express them to their district officers, chapter officers, and whoever else. I mean, even the ag teachers might gain a little bit. So this is truly definitely a training camp for these officers so that they can take it back to their areas and hopefully exhibit it to their best abilities. So we are definitely excited about Leadership Camp and hope to see all those area officers out there with us. And I can honestly say that is a very neat camp. Going as an area officer, it truly inspired me to be a better person as well as a better leader. So very excited about that. Also, Colt, what else is going on with the state officer team in June? Well, adding on to our busy schedule, right after the State Leadership Conference, we will be traveling to San Angelo, Texas for the state degree check. There, we will have our fourth quarter board meeting for the state officers and the Texas FFA Board of Directors. Also, the incoming state officers will be having their interviews, their tests and essay, all that behind the scenes work they will be doing at San Angelo. And also, for any of you area officers or any of you FFA members that are receiving a scholarship, proficiency, a star award, that will be the time when you will go and give your presentation. You will compete for that specific award. So that is definitely a major part, or that is a major event to our state and to our the Texas FFA Association. Well, that's very exciting indeed. So for all you students that got accepted for your scholarships, you made it through area, go ahead, start preparing those right now, because that scholarship money is going to help you for your future. Trust me, I know. And so with that, I heard you mentioned something about the fourth quarter board meeting. Are there anything that members or delegates need to know regarding the business session this year? Well, this year, Colt, there will be one constitutional amendment that will come on the floor, and that it's related mainly to the quorum issue that is found in our Constitution this year. And so the executive director has mailed out letters and info and details about that, so you will be receiving that shortly. And also, we'll be approving the state's budget at the business session, as well as the state's program of activities. So come out, and plus also there will be a couple of other important committees and reports that will be explained and given during the business session. So you can find out more info on the news website, and also there will be more information provided to you in your delegate packet when you register for convention. Okay, very good. So start checking the mail, ag teachers, students. Be ready for those letters for convention to come in. Start getting excited right now. Colt, is there anything you'd like to say about convention right now? Well, Colt, as I've been preaching all spring long, come to convention and find your power within. We're really excited for all of you guys. We want to break the membership. I know it's going to be difficult, but that's why the state officers have been traveling, so that we can get members such as yourselves to come out to convention, find your power within, and have a great time. We all know we got 3 amazing keynote speakers speaking to y'all. Excited about that. And of course, the entertainer, Josh Abbott Band. I'm a fan myself. He's from Lubbock, so that should be really, really awesome. And we just want to motivate members such as yourselves to go out, take this back to your chapters, and just be motivated to be more involved with FFA and develop those leadership skills. We don't see state convention as a end of the year type thing. We see it as the beginning of the year, so that you can go back to school right after July, go to school and be pumped and be motivated about FFA. So come to convention, get excited, get pumped, and find your power within. Very true indeed, definitely. And so with that, Colt, we'd like to thank you for having on our special broadcast today of Texas FFA Dialogues, the final episode, might I add. And so we wouldn't want to end it with anyone better than yourself. But real quick, are there any encouraging or inspiring words that you'd like to send off to the members before you retire as a state officer this year? Well, ever since I began the FFA, Colt, I've always lived by one quote, and it was in my district president speech, and it was a quote by Lance Armstrong that said, "Every calling is great when every calling is pursued." And I believe I've pursued my calling to the best of my ability, and I hope that I have given everything that I have to you, Texas FFA. And so my encouraging words to you is that every calling is great when every calling is pursued. So go out, find your calling, pursue it to the best that you can, and live well doing it. So, and also always find your power within. Couldn't have said it better myself. Great words spoken from a very great man. Everyone, Mr. Colt Gresham, Texas FFA State Vice President from the Area 9 Association. Well, we'd like to thank you once again for joining us on this last episode of Texas FFA Dialogues. I've been your host, Colt Gresham, Texas FFA State Vice President from the Area 9 Association. We'd like to thank y'all so much for tuning in this year. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay classy, Texas FFA.